Sleepers Media is back. Welcome, Cart. Great to see you. What's that beer you're holding?
Hear that noise?
Yes.
It's Caleb Love shooting at Chrysler.
Nice. Well done, my friend. I've told you offline that you need to retire the Hiroshima jokes. You've been a big the walls of Chrysler are going to sound like Hiroshima. You should think about retiring those
I
before
didn't
your
say
team.
Hiroshima. I said the beaches of Normandy.
Yeah, that's true. You should think about retiring those before your team starts Cohen Carr, Xavier Booker, and Madi Sissoko and AJ Hogard in the same five-some next year.
Yeah, what? Don't throw stones at glass houses. Was that what it is?
Something like that, my friend. But hey, at least you're going to have a lot of dunks and a lot of wins next year. Something that can't be said yet for the Michigan Wolverines. A lot of stuff has happened, for lack of a better word, early in this offseason. We're back. First of all, let's address that. It's been a while since I've sat in this chair and looked in this beautiful microphone that Bleacher Report gave me. Cart, you and I were in Houston together for about a week. We drove because of a lot of reasons. Cart drove like 20 hours straight on the way home, like a madman. It was honestly one of the most impressive things I've ever seen a human do. And now here we are, Blue Collar Podcast, right back at it. Some people go on vacation, they hit the tropics. Some people, sit in their basement where they always do and talk about Caleb Love. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to drop a bunch of videos on the channel, by the way. I'm not going to put them together in one episode just because there's too much going on right now. Again, so you get your individual videos, listen to them all in order if you want to hear the full quote unquote episode. And we just did unscripted season wrap up. This should be out on the Field of 68 at some point this week. So did I intro everything well, Car? Did I hit anything? Did I miss anything?
I mean, you did it perfect. I thought you'd be a little bit rusty. You know how we're a little bit rusty sometimes when we take like that little break. I think it was a well needed recharge and break. And you didn't miss a step, my friend. So it's good to know you still got it.
Thank you. Yeah, we looked each other in the eyes at 1 a.m. in my house when you dropped me off on the way home from Houston and said, all right, let's go a good 4 days without talking to each other. And we shook hands and we hugged and we felt good about that. And then roughly 6 hours later, we were texting each other again. Just can't happen. But we tried our best, my friend, just like Michigan tried their best to make the NCAA tournament this year. That didn't happen. And then Kobe Buffkin and Jett Howard left for the NBA. And then Hunter Dickinson hit the transfer portal because he said he, quote, had to. And now Michigan's biggest ad so far has been Caleb Love, Cart. We're going to primarily focus on Caleb Love because that's the eye-popping crazy one here. But I also think in general we should frame this segment up as Michigan's entire transfer class right now. Caleb Love is the headliner. They also got Namari Burnett from Alabama and previously Texas Tech. They also got Trey Jackson from Seton Hall. And there are some birds on my shoulder. I don't know if you can see them. There's some birds on my shoulder right now that are telling me there are commitment posts written about a certain Tennessee Volunteers forward, Olivier Kamwa, I think I'm saying his last name, correct?
I believe that's what it is.
So that would be a heck of a class. Headlines by Caleb Love, but that would be a heck of a transfer class. What do you make of the Caleb Love to Michigan edition and the class in general?
Well, I guess I'll address the Caleb Love part of that first. Though I make a lot of jokes about Caleb Love, I think that he gets a little bit too much hate in my eyes. Like, I think, yes, he has shown that he can be somewhat of a toxic teammate, whether that be rumors, true, or he has shown that he could be a toxic teammate. But the fact of the matter is, like, people are treating this guy like he's just a straight bum, and he's not a bum. And that's what irks me. He's not a bum. He is a guy that can get buckets. He is a guy that can score buckets in bunches at times and win you basketball games. Now, yes, there's other things about it. He's not really a passer. He's not a positive player in any other form, but he's a guy who puts the orange thing in the 10-foot thing, not always efficiently, but he's going to find a way to put it in there. And for a guy or a fan base, I guess I'll put you in this bucket. A fan base that has continually complained about like getting Ivy League guys, like you just went and got yourself an all ACC player. You just got yourself a guy who had a March run for the ages last year or the year prior, whatever it was. Like that,
Yeah.
that's a very real thing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, at the
Not
same
real.
time,
It's not real. I'll get to that. It's not real though.
okay, but all I'm saying is that I think that the hate is taken a little bit too far. I think that Caleb Love is a good addition to Michigan.
Wow. I was shocked to hear you say that. or I am shocked to hear you say that. That was not what I expected. My biggest problem with Caleb Love is that he makes AJ Hogard look efficient. My second biggest problem with Caleb Love is that he sleeps with his teammates' girlfriends. That's about it. Those are probably problem 1A and 1B for me. Michigan is losing a guy I would peg one of the most toxic, if not the most toxic teammates in the country. Was he a hell of a player, hell of a talent? Absolutely. Hunter Dickinson is an all-time, in my opinion, Michigan basketball talent. Probably one of the most 10 to 15 most talented players to ever wear the uniform. He's one of the worst teammates ever. He's one of the worst everything else other than his production. That's been my term. It's like he's bad at everything else other than the basketball part. He throws his teammates under the bus. He goes on podcasts. He antagonizes everyone. He makes all the wrong headlines. I don't think he's a particularly hard worker. He's just not like a guy you get excited to go see every day and get better within the walls of a basketball program. Caleb Love is arguably worse. He's probably one of the only guys in the country who's arguably worse at all that stuff. The only difference is Caleb Love is not a super efficient, productive, awesome basketball player. In fact, Caleb Love is an extremely inefficient basketball player, arguably one of the most inefficient in the country. And it's largely due to shot selection. But like, Card, if he had the shot selection he had next to RJ Davis and Armando Bacot and Brady Manick / Pete Nance the last 2 years, what the hell is his shot selection when he's next to Terrace Reed and Terrence Williams? Like,
well, I mean, maybe change the scenery might do something.
I mean, that his Instagram announcement out of nowhere with the like, what did he say? Got some to prove, or
Did he say like new beginnings or something?
It was a caption that had my attention. I'll just say that. But no, here's listen. I hated the ad when it happened in the moment. I was very against the addition of Caleb Love when they were seriously recruiting him. I honestly thought there was no way this would happen, mostly because like, is Michigan ever the program you would associate a guy like Caleb Love going to? Like they are like you said, Ivy League transfer you. Caleb Love's the last guy on the list of names in the portal I would expect to choose Michigan. But I think part of that speaks to how few options Caleb Love might have had here. Like who was hard recruiting Caleb Love other than Missouri and Michigan?
Wasn't like Bama and Arkansas and those guys weren't on him, were they?
I don't think so. There were rumors Indiana was on him. I don't know how serious that got. I don't think Caleb Love necessarily had the options people would like you to believe that he did. Like I think this was Missouri or Michigan, and he chose Michigan. He probably got a nice paycheck. Like he probably got 30% of whatever Hunter Dickinson was making last year, if not more. It's something I don't feel confident is going to work out for my basketball team, and I'm dreading it because I just don't like watching Caleb Love. I'm sorry. Like the body language stuff, it's so clear everyone hates playing with this dude. It just is. And if that was everybody on North Carolina's fault and I've been duped, like that's a possibility. But all those dudes did not want to play in the NIT and then immediately signed up to come back to Carolina as soon as Caleb Love hit the portal. Like, I think this is a Caleb Love problem. And it's a risk Juwan Howard had to take, Cart, because they need somebody to take these shots. Like, they have to. They have no, like, Namari Burnett is probably the starting three, scored 5 points a game last year. Doug McDaniel, I love him. He's the future. Like, he's not ready to be a number one option. You got to have someone come in and not only like be ready to score 15 a game, but like take 20 shots a game. And there's probably no player in the country better suited for that type of role than Caleb Love.
So good addition.
I mean, maybe a necessary risk, but like, I guess if
Caleb Love, maybe not good, but not bad addition. Like what? Like y'all actually need. Okay, you were in a situation you needed players. All right, you really don't have a situation that you could really beggars be choosers. Like with the way Michigan admissions works, with the way everything works, with how the landscape, how the roster was shaping up. Like y'all just needed bodies. Y'all could have got way worse bodies than Caleb Love in this situation. And by the way, his caption was "Go rewrite your story, kid."
Yeah, I love that. That swung me big time. Like also the fact he didn't let like Michigan announce it. He didn't let Tipton announce it. He had like no one that would normally announce a transfer announce it. That was just Caleb Love hit the gram real quick to say, "Go rewrite your story, kid." I'm kind of in on that. It's a risk they had to take. That's as far as I'll go on it. I think it's not going to work though, is my biggest problem. Like if Caleb Love's really going to play that role and shoot 20 times a game for Michigan, Like he's got to be efficient in order for them to win basketball games, right?
Yeah, sorry, I'm locked into Caleb Love's IG comments right now.
What do we
Like,
got? Anything else?
like AJ Davis, or sorry, not AJ, RJ Davis commented on it.
Yeah, it's fake love though.
Oh, okay. I was just
I think I don't know, man. Watch, maybe I'll love Caleb Love.
Amani Bates commented.
Well, so here I said this kind of jokingly, but like, here's my thing: is if Michigan's gonna go all in on let's collect talent and toxicity again, okay, go beg Hunter Dickinson back and call Amani Bates. If I can get Caleb Love, Amani Bates, and Hunter Dickinson on the same team next year with Doug McDaniel and I don't know who the three would be, I'm in. Let's be the villains. Let's be the villains. Let's be the villains. Like, if that's what we're doing, go all the way in. You can't half measure being the villains of college basketball. Like, and supposedly, once Michigan added Caleb Love, it got Hunter Dickinson's attention. I don't even feel good saying that out loud, Cart, but like, I think there's a chance Hunter Dickinson comes back because they added Caleb Love and some of these other dudes.
It's crazy. You want to add dudes back that left jaw.
I didn't say I want to. I also didn't say I want Caleb Love. Like, I would absolutely love just like a rebuilding year where like we let Doug and Terrace rock and like we're going to grow with these dudes. Nah, like we're trying to make an Elite Eight with Caleb Love. That's my life now. Like I didn't ask for this. I wasn't baptized.
You're going to have a Caleb Love jersey.
That's insanity, and I will not, by the way.
I might get you one.
Kobe Buffkin, my sweet, sweet little Bambi little prince, was in Caleb's Instagram comment saying new 2 with a heart, and it broke me. I needed like 20 minutes, genuinely. I don't know. Like, I say all that. I don't know, because like, okay, full spin the hat around, spin zone, positivity mode, Cart. We shit on the Big Ten constantly, and we talk about like the style of play in the Big Ten, and there's just not enough good guys. There's not enough talent. There's not enough shot creation. There's not enough speed. Caleb Love's the type of guard the Big Ten hasn't seen in a while, right? Like, there's at least a world where like just how he plays basketball might surprise some teams and work in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a less fun, less efficient, no wrist tape Carson Edwards.
Yeah, he kind of is. Also, I said this when you said it, but so many people are like, Caleb Love was so good in that tournament run. Like, if he could just play like that's his ceiling. He was so good. He shot 33% from the floor in his postseason play that year.
But that shot against Duke.
But that's like that. Everybody just assumes Caleb Love was
that half against UCLA.
Dog, in the national title game, his team had a 15-point lead, and he shot 3 for 16 in the second half, and they lost. Like, this dude single-handedly is a tornado. It just is what he is, and like you don't have Caleb Love on your team, let alone as like your star that you're building around, and not just die by Caleb Love's own hands 80% of the time. Like, it'd be one thing if UNC was kind of good this year. They were the number 1 team in the country. And then they weren't. And then they didn't even play in the NIT because they hated each other too much. Like, and Michigan's like, oh no, we need to build around that. Like, we saw all of that, Hubert.
I need that. I need that in Ann Arbor.
Bring it, man. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But maybe we're that desperate, man. Maybe that's
like, I mean, okay, what about this? Would you rather have Jalen Llewellyn or Caleb Love starting at the 2?
Caleb Love.
Well, there you go.
I mean,
little positivity.
I'd rather have LJ Cryer or Max Asmus, but they were never going to get those dudes.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Tremont Mark.
Never going to get him.
I'd rather have Matthew Cleveland. I'd rather have Harrison Ingram. I'd rather have, I don't know, tamper with some more 5 stars Juwan didn't get out of high school. Like,
yeah, your whole like get the guys that he didn't get out of high school theory is falling the fuck apart.
No, I love that plan.
It's not working.
Yeah, it is. Namari Burnett. That's my favorite ad of the cycle for Michigan.
All right, what about where are we at? Like on like Traore and Ingram?
Still in the circle. They're trying.
Chance Westry. You heard anything about that?
They backed off of Westry, as did almost every other team. That's actually true. Westry is like, it's Slater and those dudes are like, I'd stay away from this one. There's some shit going on there.
Huh, interesting. Because like just surface level, I'd rather take Chance Westry over Nimari Burnett.
Yeah, I'm a lot higher on Burnett than you. We texted a little bit about it pre-show, but like, so here's my thing. He was bad at Texas Tech, right? That's just a fact. Texas Tech also brought in dudes to play over him, which was not expected when he recruited, but he just wasn't good.
Yeah.
I thought he was good at Alabama this last year. He wasn't great. He wasn't like deserving of more minutes, but like he was deserving of minutes every single game on a team that had 3 better players than him at his position. Like,
yeah, the Michigan team he's being added to does not have that.
Right. Which is why there's optimism he could do a lot more than he's done when he was the 4th best guard on the best team in the country.
Or here's another thing. The reason he was doing that is because if you let him do more, it doesn't look good.
No, I disagree with that. He was never like Sears and Jellyfam JQ were really good most of the time. They're on the number 1 team in the country. And Jaden Bradley was a 5-star. Like,
Jaden Bradley wasn't that good.
He was fine.
He was not good.
He was fine. Nimari was better than Jaden Bradley is the point. Like, he's good. He hit 1-3 every single game on the best team in the country in a stand in the corner, catch and shoot role.
Hang the banner.
If he does that for Michigan, that's dope. If he plays 30 minutes instead of 12 minutes, like that's very good.
What does Nimari Burnett's year look like this year for you?
I think he scores double digits. I think he shoots close to 40% from 3, and that's about it. But that's good.
I think both those don't happen.
I think he's a really versatile defender too. I think he can guard 3 positions, if not 4.
He's 6'4".
Yeah.
He's got pretty good measurables, I guess, but I'll give you that.
He's a very good defender. Like, very, very good defender, very smart player with good shooting numbers from 3 this year.
Yeah, he was definitely special in those 14 minutes for sure.
Listen, if I can't, like, I guess it would make sense that
I would feel a lot more better if we were getting like this was sophomore year in Nimari Burnett. I'm more in the camp like we've seen 3 years of him, and this is what you're getting.
Seen 2 years from him. If
played one at Texas, one at Texas Tech, one at Alabama.
He missed one from injury, didn't he?
I thought this was his second year.
No, he missed the whole. He's only played 39 career games, Cart, and you're acting like write this fucking dude off. Although saying he hasn't played is part of the reason you could be skeptical of him. But he played 12 games for Texas Tech before transferring midseason, missed a whole year due to injury, and then played 27 games on the best team in the country this year and averaged 1-3 a game. Like, I'll take that every single time. Every single time. Like, okay, I'm talking to a dude who has what, 1 incoming transfer in the last 3 seasons? Like, sorry that I have to explain to you how there might be risks you need to take in the transfer portal. Like, my bad. Like,
I understand there's risk, and you're actually talking to an Nimari Burnett fan formerly. I'm just out now.
Listen, my alternative options is a Michigan.
If he brings me back in, I'll kind of be hyped. Like, you can go look at my tweets. I love Nimari Burnett.
My alternative options at Michigan are like Dartmouth's 6th man. Okay. So yes, I will take a guy who played in the best position group on the best team in the country.
Can I bring up like a take that you said to me via text?
Sure. Yeah. I'm taking him over Chris Ledlum.
Yeah.
Every day of the week.
Bullshit.
Every day of the week.
Bullshit.
But that's not even a Burnett versus Ledlum take, Cart. This is a across the board. Give me the 5-star recruit that's been underutilized at a great program over the highly productive 23-year-old from the Ivy League. It doesn't fucking work. It just doesn't work. Like, show me the best example of the Ivy League dude who's gone up to another level and been a star. There isn't one. There literally is not one. But there's a ton of Charles Matthewses out there of like dudes who are clearly pedigree recruits.
Let's relax on what Charles Matthews was. Charles Matthews wasn't some fucking star. Charles Matthews was a very good, very above average role player surrounded by a bunch of talent.
He came in and changed Michigan with how he approached defense, like straight up.
Yes, I'm not shitting on Charles Matthews. Charles Matthews was a great player, but like
No, you
He's a
are
great
shitting
role.
on Charles Matthews. So
I
let's
say he's a,
not
gr-
give Charles
I
Matthews
say he's a
credit. He's
great role
Charles
player. I thought you were
Matthews.
gonna bring up like 5-star scenarios like Tari Eason, like went from Washington or went from where'd he go? Cincinnati to LSU, but like he was
All of
productive.
those work. Like
He was
that's
productive where he was before.
okay. So the
Can
scale.
I get a 5-star scenario where they like just didn't play, I guess, and then they just became like
I mean,
great? Like
my answer, because I'm a Michigan fan, is Charles Matthews. Played 9
Charles
games at
Matthews didn't
Kentucky.
play great at Kentucky. That's why he left.
Right. And it worked. Like, give me those dudes. Give me that
It worked
archetype.
because of who was around Charles Matthews.
No, it didn't. Charles Matthews was the second most important player on that Michigan team, dog.
Important, but not talented.
He started every single game. He was a top 3 player.
A bunch of fucking NBA guys.
Dog, you're
Who was on that
crushing
team?
me right now.
Who was on that Michigan team?
I will go like Xavier Simpson and John Teskey. What are we doing?
That's it.
In the starting lineup?
Who was on that team, Greg?
Which team? He was there for 3 fucking years.
Exactly. Old ass. Like, come on, bro. He was surrounded by talent the whole time.
Oh, Cart. No, sorry, Cart. Hold on to your seats, my friend. This team was way too talented. Xavier Simpson, John Teskey, Muhammad Ali, Abdur Rahman, Cart. This team was just unheard of talented. Charles Matthews, who needed him? All right. 13, 5, and 3. Who needed him? You're insane. You're insane. What are you showing me right now? Amani Bates and Carson Cooper?
Amani wishing Carson Cooper happy birthday.
Great. All right. This has been fun. So give me a grade. Caleb Love, F through A. What's the ad?
B-.
I give it a C+. The overall portal class. Let's say Michigan gets Olivier Kamwa as a 4th member of that class with Trey Jackson, who you claim sucks, Namari Burnett, who you claim sucks, Caleb Love, who you just called a B-, and now Olivier Kamwa, who I'm sure when I talk to you next time, you will say he's a bench guy.
No, did I not say? Wow, we have text, Gregory. I said that's a great ad.
Well, no, our text mean nothing because you texted me that Jaden Akins was gone, and then we got it unscripted, and you said he was back. So I don't know.
Well, that's a fluid situation. The same fluid.
Oh, this one's not fluid. Okay,
The same fluid.
Got
This
it.
is
So
cut
what's
and dry.
the grade? What's the grade for the whole class?
Okay. Let me preface it by saying this though. I can give a grade for the class without it having an effect on like Michigan's success. Like just straight up, just the adding of the transfers.
Yeah, like they added 4 transfers if they get Kamwa, and might be 5 because they're still recruiting Hunter Dickinson, by the way. But if they get those 4 guys, Kamwa and the 3 they already got, what is the grade for that class?
B+.
It's an A+. It's an A+ if they get those 4 guys.
You just said you hated the ad of Caleb Love.
And I love the Namari Burnett ad. I would love the Kamwa ad, and I think Trey Jackson's an upgrade.
Okay. Saying he's an upgrade is not is an indictment on what he's upgrading.
Right.
Still stinks.
No, I disagree there. He's something. That's more than nothing. But again, like, yeah, I mean, you'd be talking about a Michigan team that went from Terrence Williams as their 4th option to their 9th option because of these transfers. Like, that's objectively an awesome class.
There's also still a world where all this happens and you still start Will Cheddar next year.
There is a world. I'm really terrified of that world. But
that's a very ideal world.
I mean, would this class not just be like an Illinois-esque transfer class, though? Like Illinois is out here adding Ivy League guys, or trying to.
I'm sorry. Are you referring to this year?
I'm talking this year. Like this. No, this Michigan class is like what I would expect a normal Illinois transfer class to be.
I thought like I was comparing this to like the Meyer Shannon class.
Yeah, I think I would say this 4-man Michigan class is better than that 2-man Illinois class. Caleb Love's on the talent level of those guys. And the Com was a better like winning player than Meyer is, clearly. And then you got 2 other guys.
Okay. You mean the guy with the national title?
Matthew Meyer at Illinois helped them in any way this year?
He's all Big Ten.
I'm sitting here in an Orange Crush tee. Come on, man. Like what?
I'm just saying.
All
I think
Big
you're.
Ten.
I
That's how we're gonna remember
I
Matthew
don't
Meyer at
I
Illinois.
don't
He's all
blame
Big
you.
Ten.
I would be saying the same thing if those guys were coming to my school, and I would expect you to say the same things I'm saying, as realistically what those guys are. Olivier is a great ad. Is Olivier or Oliver? I'm sorry, I think it's Olivier. Great ad. Great ad. That's big time. Hell yeah, Juwan. Caleb Love, good ad. Namari Burnett, Trey Jackson.
So just to be clear, a 5-star recruit is the 3rd best player in my transfer class this year.
Sure.
Okay. That's a damn good class.
You be saying the same thing if Mady Sissoko transferred and you're adding a 4-star center?
Who's the guy?
I'm saying you're adding a 4-star center. We're talking about stars now from
Namari's a 5-star. Shit, if y'all could add Trey Jackson to play the 5, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Like, that's an upgrade. Like, you're telling me not hype about that?
I don't know. Trey Jackson's got a low key pet, but maybe. I don't know.
You taking Trey Jackson or the ghost of Malik Hall?
I don't want either.
That's fair.
Give me
I do want either because my alternative option is Terrence Williams and Will Cheddar.
Would you take Malik Hall?
Over Terrence Williams and Will Cheddar, yeah.
Would you take him over Trey Jackson?
I'd take Trey. I think Malik's broken, man. I really do. The way that season ended.
I think Trey's broken too.
Nah, Trey's like, say whatever the hell you want. Like if Trey is who he was at Seton Hall's junior year for Michigan as a 4 the full time in 15 minutes, that's massive. Like just shoot 3 threes a game in 15 minutes and make 1.5 of them. That's it. He can do that.
Guess we'll have to see.
I hate this already so much.
Me too. I do. I hate college basketball.
I hate Caleb Love, and I gotta pretend I like him. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. Tune in next week to see if I've made any strides there, folks.